Have you ever ventured as far as Minecraft lets you? Perhaps the first time that you stepped into the Nether was magical, and it led you on some immense adventures. And then the discovery of the End Dimension and the eventual defeat of the Ender Dragon were otherworldly. Well, when you happen to do this multiple times, things can get repetitive, and you just wonder if there's anything else out there. Perhaps something that's further than the eye can see. In this video, I'm going to show you how to turn Minecraft into a space travel game using a series of amazing sci-fi mods. Now, before we begin, if you want to try out these mods, I've made them into an easy to install mod pack, which is linked in the description below for you guys to play. Also, if you want 20 more space mods, check out the 2 top 10 space mods videos linked in the description too. Without further ado, let's get into the video. The first mod we're going to be using is the Advanced Rocketry mod. This lets you explore the further bounds of what Minecraft usually lets you by constructing advanced space rockets to explore with. This mod lets you mine rocks on other planets in space, ones that you can explore by reaching them in the custom built rockets and warp drive ships that you build. Now, the reason why we'll be using this mod for our mod pack is the fact that you can construct space stations that look down above the planets, which is super unique. Building rockets within this mod is important when looking at the certain parts that you want to use, as they determine the final product and its outcome. Next up, we're going to be using the Astral Sorcery mod. This is a mod focused around the stars and constellations and harnessing the power of such occurrences in order to explore and discover the world and the sky above. This mod has a lot of features in it and many different custom blocks that make things interesting. I knew about this mod for a while, but I only discovered its power when I played SevTech Ages recently. With this mod, you can teleport to different stars in the galaxy, and it supports GalactiCraft as you can link different blocks to teleport to different locations. We'll also be using an add-on for this called Astral Sorcery, which is mainly just a cosmetic mod that replaces the in-game constellations with zodiac signs. Now, the mother of all Minecraft space mods is the GalactiCraft mod, and thus it deserves a feature in our space adventure mod pack. This mod lets you travel out to new planets with your space rocket that you can create through the use of various machinery. When in outer space, you can explore dungeons and venture out with friends to different planets. GalactiCraft lets you explore the solar system in your very own spaceship, letting you explore 4 new dimensions which are entirely based off of our solar system, and these include locations such as the space station, the default overworld, as well as the moon, Mars, and also asteroids. The rockets have different tiers, with the second being required to reach Mars and the third to reach the asteroids. Rockets require complex machinery to create, and they also need fuel. There's also the newest addition to GalactiCraft 2, which is the planet Venus. The GalactiCraft Planets mod is also crucial for our space game to give us more planets on offer to explore. We'll also be using the Extra Planets mod, which adds more planets into the GalactiCraft core mod. This will improve the discoverability of various space locations through the addition of absolutely tons of new content. This mod adds tiers 4 to 10 of rockets, including electronic rockets and custom launch pads, all new custom vehicles to use in space, biome system support for certain planets and moons, temperature systems for the various planets, brand new tier dungeons with better bosses, tiers 2 to 4 of thermal armor, custom ores and tools, support for villagers on all planets and moons, all new spacesuits and radiation and pressure systems for the planets, and much more. This is by far one of the best upgrades for GalactiCraft, which is why we'll be using this in our space travel game. The next space-based mod we'll utilize is the More Planets mod by Steve Kunji, a GalactiCraft add-on adding its own environment along with all new items, blocks, structures and biomes to space, along with more machinery and mobs, as well as bosses. This is yet again another mod just to further expand space to attempt to make it have endless content for us to explore, trying to mirror what a procedurally generated space game like No Man's Sky would offer. There's around 4 brand new planets in this mod, 1 new moon world, 3 to 4 brand new bosses, and 10 new mobs to occupy the certain worlds, with 9 new machine types and around 8 to 10 new structures to populate outer space. With this, we'll also use the More Planets Extras mod, which is by MJR Legends, which will add slightly more content to the base mod. This is basically just through the introduction of adding various space stations that support all of the planets within the main mod. We'll also be introducing Zollern Galaxy into our space travel game. This is another GalactiCraft expansion mod, like the list previous to it, that will let us add some brand new planets to the mod that we can explore and progress through a series of 10 tiered stargates which are linked between two planets, one that you come from and the one that you're going to. This mod also has support for reaching its planets using the tiered rockets from 3 and above from GalactiCraft and the various other mods if you don't like the system of jumping to the planets via stargates. The basics of this mod is that it's another expansion mod with some truly beautifully designed worlds, most of them being very bright and vibrant places which are named after locations like the planet called Eden or Oasis, and there's some captivating worlds and features here. In space we'll most likely need spacesuits, although in the lead up to space and also on space if you have an oxygen bubble, we'll want some more sci-fi style gadgets and equipment to wear. That's where the Modular Powersuits mod will come in. It's a mod that brings high-tech electronic power suits to the game, full of interesting gadgets and trinkets to use, taking inspiration from Iron Man and various other mech-based heroes. Using the Tinker table with this mod, we can make power suits out of the standard 4 armor pieces or a tool and then upgrade them with different upgrade modules to become enhanced. The next mod, which is the Futurepack mod, lets you use a custom designed spaceship to travel to further worlds and research space travel. You start the process in the mod by generating power from strange crystals, and there's a lot of researchable technology to discover. With this mod you can even build a futuristic city. There are basically no limits here. The mod adds new methods and means for automation, more decoration and material systems, and modular machines with dynamic upgrades, some new uncommon tools, and various other features. There's explorable dungeons and a nice host of planets to venture to. We'll also be adding the mod called Space Age. This is a mod that's entirely unique in the sense that we can actually build our very own spaceships from custom blocks and then fly them to other worlds. This mod is a good addition to this pack because it will let us make spaceships without all the complex machines that the rest of the mods that I added to our game have. Using a rocket controller block, you can build a spaceship frame with some fuel tanks and a rocket engine set of blocks attached to it, fueling the tanks with gunpowder and then using a dimension settings card on the rocket controller to control our destination trajectory. Then we can also launch our rocket in the rocket controller interface and go where we need to go. As well as the Space Age mod, we'll be adding a very similar mod which definitely closely resembles it. The next mod is Warp Drive. This is similar to the Space Age mod and it basically lets you mine asteroids in outer space and transport yourself and your team across different dimensions, fighting other ships and bases along the way. There's a lot of cool features in this mod like force fields that you can use to protect ships, bases or space stations, with 3 different tiers which you can upgrade. Within the Warp Drive mod, we'll be able to create a spaceship from blocks to explore the space dimension within the mod, where you'll find asteroid fields littered with ores, gas clouds, planetoids, stars and hostile and friendly mobs, as well as NPC ships. You can jump to hyperspace in your spaceships, build laser cannons and even cloak your own ship. This will add some more excitement to our mod pack, and although it's not part of the GalactiCraft system and doesn't blend into it so well because it's a standalone mod, it still adds some more options to discover. And that concludes this video on how to turn Minecraft into a space travel game using these top 10 Minecraft space mods. For more of an in-depth explanation of what these mods do and their features, as well as more space mods that I didn't cover in this video, check down in the description below or at the end of the video to watch the top 10 Minecraft space mods, as well as the top 10 GalactiCraft add-on mods videos. These are 2 different videos which I made a few months ago, which features some of these mods and also some more ones which weren't in this video. You can also download this mod pack in the description below if you want to try out these mods for yourself. I've set them up really simply so you can just click and install it straight away and get to playing it. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a like and consider subscribing for more Minecraft videos. Thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.